Open flame. Hidden in the depths of the reeds, there is a light sword wearing a tomato. Genosuke, who had been squeezing away from Zawazawa, bounced off the tomatoes and jumped to it, smashing the sand and moving away from the riverbed. At the time of retreat, or the quickness of the water legs, looking into the full river, the boat was washed away while looking at it. Looking through the surface of the river in the water, Kinosuke's boat, which left the land earlier, faintly bends the delta from the tip of the delta, and rode in a straight line to the shore of Kasugadanaka. Hurry up. Oh, no doubt, but where are you going to get rid of the woman and bring it into the mansion? Why are you going to take you to Awa? Maybe there is a hidden road in the Oshu mansion. In the minicar left to the flow, the eyes and limbs of Hozuki Genosuke were working scary and swiftly at that time. First of all, he untied his chin and threw it into the river with the canopy, Hira, which he had thrown away. The rat's back and leg ties are also unraveled in an instant, and the diagonally hung kasaya entwined, the 3 clothes bag hung on the chest, all quickly removed, then the flat sash, the white sash, and the like. Take it off there. I think. One piece of black hosho hakama, that had been hidden in the 3 clothes bag for a long time, wore it fluffy with the wind, tended to wear an inconspicuous colored knee hakama, and bounced off a few pieces of board on the bottom of the ship. It was a straw bract that was taken out, and it was squeezed with a goe, and what was exposed from the bract was the smooth size of the wax-colored pod. In exploring the Hachisuka family's mansion, these things were prepared because of the rush. In this way, Genosuke, who changed into a light samurai figure, began to admire Gun and the ship ahead by making a turret. One is Kinosuke Mori. He never dreamed that such a person would follow him. The boat crossed the Anji River like an arrow, left Kasuga, went up under the Hachisuka family's shipyard and Shimoyoshiki, and arrived at the pitch-black bush bank of the Rakinya. Well, please pick up your husband and woman from below. His companion, Takasuke, crawled up and reached out his hands. A glossy figure is dragged up in the darkness. Kawacho's Okome was gagged and lay down in the bush, either tired of struggling, or his shins were dewed. Perhaps Kinosuke said that there was no ball, but he gently tried to gag, but it was okay, warm tears touched his fingertips. Takasuke, where is that loophole? If you go through the forest that you can see over there, you will find a high wall in Sakai, a mansion. With its thick tatami mats. I don't want to touch the eyes of people all over the house. As I said earlier, people in the companion room just go out for a night out, and it's not a place where people rarely come around. Really? By the way, where do you intend to push the woman? How about the rope room in the ship's warehouse? The key to that room isn't likely to be opened by someone else, because I'm the custody. I see, I noticed that guy's place. If you sneak into the rope room, even if the Sekabion comes out, it will be confused with other luggage, and loaded on the bottom of the ship, no features. Anyway, the last 3 or 4 days have passed. After arriving safely in Awa, I will give you as many rewards as I can, so please take a lot of effort. Yagasatomo. Takasuke started running again with Okome on his shoulder. In the dark night of the law, the forest of immediately sucked the sound of the shrine, and the shadows of the 3. And in the middle of the Anji River, the light sword of Genosuke is heading towards us. Because it goes back, the boat legs are slow, and the mist of droplets that blurs the surface. The hair was standing in the river breeze that seemed to hold my breath. Oh, I got to the bush shore of Rakinya. Genosuke started rowing more desperately, but as the shore approached, he suddenly made a turret. This is because the Hachisuka family's ship warehouse is lying right in front of you. You can see the fence of 100 piles, the cut, and the floodgate. The towering tower from the Ranmatsu is the Shiomi turret, and the lights of the Bansho flicker and cast a red shadow on the water, and the sleepless tern is watching. Awamori Shigeki is a villa on the front of Osaka, the so-called Ajigawa Villa, where a few fences are formed downstream from there, and a magnificent ridge is desired. It is the target building that Hozuki Genosuke has begun to look for in the middle of here. There is a shrine of the desolate oath god in the owl forest of Rakinya. Owls and migratory bird nests are often hung around this area, and in winter it seems that something like cotton dust is entwined with every treetop. It's autumn now. In the forest, the bough and white light flower flora are faint, as if it were on. The string that came up from the river split the grass and went deeper into the back. So, look up at the fox lattice of the oath god, and end up. I was a little lost. You must have come to this area, right? After wearing the figure of Kinosuke Mori and others so far, everyone had no idea. And I stopped my eyes even though there was something shining in front of the fox grid. When I picked it up, it was slippery asterisk, mother instead of king plus poison, 3rd level 1-88-16, Kogai. There is no choice but to judge it as Okome's. Oh. Maybe, he pushed the fox lattice of the god of oath and looked into it. As expected, it was a loophole. The inside of the shrine is dignified without a floorboard, and it is dug down by about 6 shaku. When I went down there and walked sideways for a while, as expected, Genosuke, a hidden road where people in the companion room went in and out of gambling and nightlife, went out into the enclosure of the Hachisuka family. I'm done. Hiding in the shadows and looking around for the time being, the Nagaya of the ship's group and the ridge of the official residence are lined up in the hands of a hook, and there are no barriers to the lower mansion where Awamori lives. It seems that we will continue in the garden. I was finally able to get closer to Shigeki's body and see it. This is also Jingoro's guidance. Genosuke thought it was a miracle that he could easily enter this mansion with 4 iron walls. As soon as he learned of this hidden path, his heart even forgot to feel pity for Okome in One Love. It is for the sake of Oki-sama that it is burning with merits and secrets. The large mansion was sleeping with Shin. Genosuke moved from the shadow of the object to the shadow, and tried to approach the Shimoyashiki, but he went out to an unexpected place, and looked up at the shadow of the unexpected object. It is a ship warehouse that draws water from the Anji River, and connects the ships into the floodgate. While there are 7 or 8 boats, side boats, and colored date kobaya, one of the largest Sekabian boats is Manabu Murakami, a chartered ship of Awa. Kanei on the other hand, ships with more than 500 stones are banned by the shogunate, so the front stacking is called half, but the length is 18 ken, the width is 7 ken, 24 anti-sail, 24 turret, the vermilion balustrade is erected, the metal fittings studded with gold, the size of the house, and the seat of the taisho of 250,000 stones make it a magnificent sight. There is only a wealthy Awa Luchuan, and it is as good as the shogunate Ayek Maru, said Genosuke, who had been admiring for a while. And when you look back at some noise, it looks like there is a Tsunakura. There was a faint lantern shimmering in the white-walled cut window with wire mesh, so when I looked into it casually, the 2 of us had entered here. The voice of Ya is a friend's home assistant. Put the open flame of the candle in front. Even though I and Kinosuke are so kind to me, I'm kind enough to do something about it. My husband doesn't understand this Takasuke anyway. Because he didn't use gentle words, he seems to be threatened this time. There was a sobbing voice. Okome was seen in the open flame. Buried in a rope that is swaying like a snake. I don't like it, I don't like it. To Awa. Hey, Takasuke screamed, my husband, I'm giving up on this guy. It's important to be known to Metsuke by the time Manabu comes out, and better yet, I'll slash it now. It's better to turn down the roots of your anxieties. However, Kinosuke Mori knows when he tells me to threaten him. He scabbarded his sword and stabbed Okome on his cheek. Oh, it's terrible, Genosuke, who was outside, wondered if there was any way to help him, and when he added it to Tsunakura's door, another shadow that followed him. He will be a samurai who is sleepless. Looking for a chance. Yunu. Songwriter. Depressing voice and quick move. Aiming at the spleen belly of Genosuke, the mole cricket neck of the hand spear sticking out. When I thought that I had taken off my hand or stabbed it into the white wall, the figure of Hogetsu Genosuke wasn't there anymore, and I wondered how it was cut, the samurai of the feudal lord, holding the spear. His shoulder is cracked like a pomegranate.